All right, welcome back to Winnipeg Car Life, everybody. I'm Shane. Welcome to a living room that is clearly not mine. In fact, it's my girlfriend's place. I'm looking after her animals while she's off in Florida, and I'm stuck here in minus 22 Celsius. But her parents are down there. She's gone for a visit with the kids. They're going to Disney and all that, and they're having a great time, so good for them. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit about an adventure that my cousin and I had, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. The weekend before that. Anyway, he calls me up on a Friday, says, "Hey, do you want to go to Saskatoon with me?" Now, being a Winnipegger, no, of course I do not want to go to Saskatoon. But it's a road trip with my cousin. Yeah, I'll go. So he tells me there's a truck out there that he wants to buy, and he wants to drive out there, and he needs somebody to drive his van back. All right, no problem. So it's 8 hours each way. So Saturday morning I get to his place, 6 a.m. We're on the road. A couple of coffee stops later, etc., etc. We get to Saskatoon, and neither one of us has really ever spent any time there. And what Grant tells me is that this guy's place is kind of off the beaten path, so not expecting any real landmarks that I can use on Google Maps, for example. Grant's a little technologically, well, Grant's old. So we decide we're going to find an insurance place first to get the temporary permit for this truck so we can bring it back. And find an insurance place in what I presume to be downtown Saskatoon. And he does all his inquiries about the temporary permit, and then he asks if there's anybody there who might be able to help us find this place. Sure enough, there's a guy there. He says, "Yeah, we can help you out." So we go back to his office. He prints off a thing from Google Maps. And as it turns out, he's actually from Winnipeg. I don't know if he was born here, but he used to live here at any rate, in a neighborhood called River Heights, which I know well because I went to River Heights Junior High School. So the guy gives us a landmark to look for. Google Maps has it. Sure, no problem. It's not far. Of course, it's Saskatoon. Nothing is far. So we get out there. The truck is running. It's got 2 brand new batteries in it that we can see. They're a little tall, but whatever. And so go knock on the guy's door, and as it turns out, he's in a wheelchair. He had a car accident a number of years ago. He told us the whole story, and the only reason that's relevant is because we had no idea how he managed to get 2 heavy diesel truck batteries into the engine bay of this truck from a wheelchair. As it turns out, his nephew did it. So, mystery solved. But the guy is big into racing and what have you. He's got a bunch of Dodge trucks between his place and apparently his father's place out in Kindersley. So anyway, the truck is running. It's running great. Grant takes it for a bit of a drive. It's stuck. It hasn't moved since fall time. It's this far into snow and ice. And so we have a bugger of a time because it's 2-wheel drive to get it unstuck. And 800 odd foot-pounds of torque that this thing puts out. The second you're off the clutch, it's going. Oh, sorry, this thing's automatic. So the second you're off the brake, the tires are spinning. So finally, the guy gets his tractor out and he's clearing snow, and Grant and I have got shovels and we're getting the ice busted away, etc., etc. Finally, we get the truck moving. Still running great. It seems to be driving okay. It doesn't have the engine block code that Grant does not want. Apparently there's a 53 code Cummins diesel block that is prone to cracking. I'm not into diesels myself, but you live and learn. So, all right, fine. The truck is good. Grant's happy with it. It is a write-off. We know that. A deer hit it. Yes, Dodge 2500 Ram, Cummins diesel, got written off because a deer hit it in the box. To be fair, the thing is almost 20 years old, so value just isn't there, I guess. But the thing comes with 2 new fenders for the front, which are also kind of beat up. But it's got new batteries. It's running well. It's got 200 some thousand kilometers on it, which for a diesel is nothing. So off we go back to Saskatoon to the insurance place so we can actually get the temporary permit because Grant needed to have the bill of sale, etc., etc. So back to town, different insurance place, get the permit, back out to this guy's place, and we sit there talking for probably another couple hours on top. Really nice guy. His name is Ben. So ultimately, I hop in the van and Grant hops in the truck and we drive the 18 kilometers back to the motel or hotel, somewhere between the two, I guess. Anyway, that's an issue unto itself. We parked in the wrong spot. The weather's getting crappy. It's blowing snow. It's cold. It's just, well, it's Canadian prairie winter weather. So we parked in the wrong spot. We move the vehicles. Truck starts beautifully, no problem. It's been running like a top almost all day. We've started it probably 3-4 times. So no problem. And so we park it in under the overhang. Hi, trooper. Park it under the overhang at the hotel. Go in. It's been a long day on the road, outside, etc., etc. And so off we go. We're up to the hotel room and order some food, watch TV, chill out, go to sleep. Get up in the morning. I know Grant wants to stop at Canadian Tire or some store to get some wiper blades for it. Don't know what the weather's going to be like, and apparently the wiper blades are pretty nasty on this thing. So, all right, we're not leaving at 6. I can live with that. So I hop in the shower. Grant goes outside to start the vehicles. Get out of the shower. I see Grant has all his stuff. I get dressed, grab my gear, and I'm headed out to the truck. And he meets me at the top of the stairs. We have a problem. Oh, goody. That's what I want to hear when we're in Saskatoon on a Sunday. So what happens is the truck started and stopped. Great. Click, 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 click. Nothing. It's cranking, but it's not firing. So lovely. Now what are we talking about? Lift pump, transfer pump, injector pump, gelled up fuel. For those who don't know, diesel fuel can gel in the winter if it gets too cold. There's specific winter diesel fuel that prevents that. It's got some kind of an additive in it. So now, all right, try to get a hold of the guy that Grant bought the truck from. Well, as it turns out, this whole time Grant has had the wrong phone number for the guy. So it's an elderly sounding lady who answers the phone, and now it's, oh great, how do we get a hold of the guy? All right, hop in the van, back to Ben's place. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock Sunday morning. I don't know if this guy's sleeping late, if he's in church, if he's home, maybe he's gone for breakfast, who knows. Anyway, as it turns out, he's just getting up. So I've been waiting in the van. Grant comes back out. We're going to give him a few minutes. He's just getting ready. All right. So Ben comes back outside. He says, you know, could be this, could be that. Try this, try that, blah, blah, blah. All right. And I mean, let's be fair. In his mind, I'm sure he's thinking, you bought the truck. It's not my problem anymore. So we try this, we try that. Nothing's working. Son of a biscuit. So, as you'll see in this picture here, this was our temporary solution. Had to get it towed to a shop called Impact Diesel Performance. Really great guys, by the way. If you are in the Saskatoon area and need help with a diesel engine, they are definitely a shop to check out. They've got some race vehicles. They've got all kinds of heavy trucks in there. Definitely know their stuff. The guy we were talking to pretty much knew instantly exactly what the 3 or 4 biggest possibilities for this problem were. So he comes out to the truck. He tries to get just scanning codes, etc., etc. All he's getting is a excuse me, is a general code that doesn't really say much of anything. So now it is Sunday. Monday is a holiday. It's Family Day, Real Day, President's Day if you're in the US. So Now we're 775 kilometers from home to pick up a truck that we can't bring home. Perfect. So now, what do we do? All right, well, obviously they're not working on the truck today. It just happened to be that some guys were there as it was catching up on some other stuff. Pure luck that that happened. So the guy says, all right, well, leave it with me and I'll give you a call on Tuesday when we see what's going on. So, all right, now it's, could be the injector pump, could be the lift pump, could be both. If it's both, that's, $3,000, $3,500 on a truck that Grant just paid $4,500 for. So now he's kind of thinking, well, I'm not looking to pay $7,000 for a truck or $8,000 for a truck that I just paid $4,000 for. So now it's back to Ben's place. What do we do? Are you gonna split cost with him? Are you gonna whatever? So go back to Ben's place and he's not there. Try calling him, try texting him. No answer, nothing. Oh, perfect. So it's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We had planned on leaving by like 9:30, so we're a little behind. Time for lunch. We haven't really eaten anything other than the alleged continental breakfast at the hotel. Again, that's a whole other story, and I don't want to get into the bad memories and trauma of that place. So, where do you want to go eat? There's a Denny's nearby. Good enough. To be fair, I actually don't mind Denny's, and what I had was far better than I expected. Good on you, Denny's, Saskatoon. So, finish lunch. Now it's pushing 4 o'clock. What do you want to do? Do you want to go back to Ben's place? Do you want to hit the road? Grant says, okay, we may as well head home at this point. It's going to be up to what the shop finds. All right, so we hop in the van. We're obviously all packed. We've long since checked out from the hotel. And get back to Winnipeg, get probably about 1 in the morning. Again, coffee stops, fuel stops, bathroom breaks, blah, blah, blah. I did say Grant is old, so he needs to stop more often than I do. Anyway, so we make it back. It's now, like I said, about 1 o'clock Monday morning. And get back to Grant's place where my car is, hop in the car, go home. I'm done. Tell him, let me know what you hear. So Tuesday, I messaged him. I'm like, hey, have you heard anything yet? And he calls me. He was driving, so don't text and drive. It's especially in Manitoba. It's illegal, but it's just plain dangerous. Anyway, Grant calls me, says, yeah, I just heard from them, and it was just gelled fuel. Had he filled up on Saturday night when we picked up the truck, probably wouldn't have been an issue at all. He would have had winter diesel in it. The guy said he'd put some fuel conditioner in it, fuel conditioner. I always get stabilizer and conditioner confused. Anyway, so yeah, just gelled fuel. So now we're 8 hours from the truck. Now Grant's got to take a day off work, take a flight to get there, pay the couple of $100 to the shop for the diagnosis, etc., and then drive back. So I get a message 9 o'clock the following Thursday morning. Yeah, I just landed in Saskatoon. So he hopped in a taxi and dealt with the shop and went and said hi to the guy who sold him the truck. And apparently the thing ran perfectly the whole way back. So he's got a 2002 Dodge Cummins 12 valve, which is the engine he really wants for this project truck of his. And so $4,500, about 3,200 kilometers worth of travel later. That doesn't sound right. 2,400. Why am I not mathing right here? 800 each way, 60. So no, I was right the first time. About 3,200 kilometers worth of travel between the two of us going there. And Trooper, say hi. Sorry about that. So yeah, 3,200 kilometers worth of travel later, $4,500 plus fuel, plus hotel, plus whatever it cost him from Impact Diesel, which was probably, like I say, probably a couple of $100 by the time they got it in, scanned all the possibilities, and the fuel ungelled or reconstituted or whatever gelled diesel fuel does when it warms up. And to be honest, he's probably still ahead of the game. So anyway, that was our little misadventures in Saskatchewan and Saskatoon a couple of weeks ago. Just thought you guys might get a kick out of that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And make sure you check out my friend's Old Car Auto Guy, Jason Carr. I'll leave his link in the description below. Straight Six fan, another Grant, who is puts out some really great content. And if you're following my... Sorry, new mouth. If you're following me on Instagram, fantastic. If you're not, please do. I generally am posting stuff about my own personal cars, car show stuff, things like that. So if you're into that, yeah, hit me up on Instagram. And also check out my friend Johnny Valencia. He's known as Southern German Nation. Lives down in California. Very much into the car scene down there, so lots of great content from him too. All right, well, you folks have yourselves a great day. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.